Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another flip through. So, today I hope we're going to get through the end of August 2019. Okay, so this is where we left off at the last flip through. And so here is this one. There is my beautiful boys. Yes, my two most favorite men in my life right there. Yes. And this is a picture of my son's living room. And this is a painting that he had picked out, that my son had picked out, and my husband hung up. He and my husband hung it up, and it looks lovely. And there it is right there from the packaging. So let's see. So I slept fairly well. Oh my goodness, yeah, I think Big Handsome was still in bed at 5 a.m., which is unheard of. I mean, he's usually up, oh gosh, anywhere from 1 in the morning until 5 in the morning. I don't know. He sleeps very poorly. So I got my computer stuff done on the patio, chose my diamond painting from Victoria's Moon, because they had asked me to do a collaboration with them. Big Handsome fixed a yummy breakfast, and then everybody went off to do their own thing. Big Handsome and Sunshine went out shopping, and Beauty Queen went into school to finish her room before class starts on Monday. What day is today? Oh, it's a Saturday, so she even went in on Saturday. I stayed home. Yeah. Anyway, okay, yeah, I was gonna start on Sunshine's Afghan, which at this point in time I had that velvet yarn from, I think it's from Bernat. And if you've seen any of my videos previously about that yarn, that is not really yarn in my opinion. You know my feelings on it, but at this point I had not returned it yet. So anyway, so on this day here, I did not have any notes in my phone, so I have no idea what happened. So a lot of times when this happens, I go through my scrap drawer, and I found this beautiful picture, of course, of Audrey. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's, I had just printed it out on a piece of copy paper, So I fussy cut her out. And then this background here is jelly print paper that I had in my stash. This is a piece of, what's it called? Dyed paper, and I use food coloring, as is this yellow piece, some washi tape, right? Some gold stickers, and then I used my little vintage Dymo tape label maker and found a quote from Audrey, and that's what I did. I did a mixed media piece on this page, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And that's what I do a lot of times when I don't have notes in my phone. When I forget to put notes in my phone, which I'm really not sorry about, because I love pages like this. Yes, I do. And I have a few of them, let me just tell you. Okay, this is like a flat paper, or a flat journaling page, because I didn't have very much to say. All I did was all of these things here, I think, are from Mantra Wellness magazine. Sorry if it's glary. And then we'll tackle this together. It's what we do. Okay, there's me and my husband, except I don't have long hair. It's not black. He would never wear a beard. I would never let him. And his hair is a little more silver than that. Anyway, so this day he had an appointment with his whatever it is, his GI doctor, and gee whiz, there was a test that he had taken. Actually, I think it was the whatever scan he had back in July, at the beginning of July. Here we are. This is in August. So so a month and a half ago, he was in the hospital for pancreatitis. He had a scan done there or whatever, and they found out that he had sludge in his gallbladder. And so what does his doctor tell him a month and a half later? Well, I think you're going to have your gallbladder out. Okay, can we just have a moment of silence right now? If you could see the smoke coming out of my ears. Yeah, that was a bad day. I was super angry. On this day here, though, I received a sweet, sweet happy mail from a very lovely lady, Carla. And it is a watercolor book, and I use it for reference. So Carla, if you're watching, don't freak out. It's on my shelf. But what I did here was I took one of the pictures in the book and cut it out, and then I used my watercolors and colored the flowers on it. So I hope that wasn't too glary. So yeah, I guess I must not have been on the sale, but sweet friend Carla sent me this beautiful watercolor book, and it was just gorgeous. Yeah, so sweet. And it was from one of Brooke's live sales, I guess, and I must not have been on it because I don't recall anything about it. It just showed up in my mailbox. So what a lovely surprise. Thank you very much, Carla, if you are watching. So yeah, I woke up early, still, still irritated about Big Handsome's health saga. I mean, who wouldn't be, right? So it's been 4 years that we've been asking, could this be his gallbladder? Are you sure it's not his gallbladder? Can you check his gallbladder again? How come we can't just take his gallbladder out? Because really, like, what's the use of it? Everybody, like, so many people get their gallbladders out on a daily basis. It's not even funny, but no, they wouldn't take his out. No siree. They would just, have him suffer for 4 years, 5 years, until it, of course, has now quite possibly permanently damaged other organs. Okay. I just don't want to get irritated. Anyway, let's focus on this beautiful book and beautiful pictures in the beautiful book that Carla is sent to me. So thank you again. That was so super generous of you, and I love it. And it sits lovingly on my shelf so that I can refer to it when I get my watercolors out. And then this, okay, so at this point, I'm irritated. I'm frustrated with just life in general, and so I did not have notes. I was not keeping notes. I was busy being angry. So what I normally do is I go through my magazines and I pick something out. I don't know what this is called, but these are like little, I don't know, like positive affirmations, which is obviously what I needed at this time. And these are by Nicole Ray right here. And then, this is a poem I actually wrote, and I'm sure it's really hard for you to see. Oh, and of course, yeah, yay me, I was getting a flipping headache. Oh my goodness. So what I did here was, this was the original background piece of paper. It was white. I don't know. Yeah, it was like this, the back of this one, white. And so I just put a bunch of watercolors on it, and then I drew with a black pen all like the different veins and stuff, and I have like stitch marks along here, and so I was trying to like get out of being angry, so I wrote a poem. Be the one that grows. We all have veins running and winding every which way. We all have peaks and valleys. We all have scars, some deeper than others. All these things tell a story, a very important story that is our life. Without them, would we be who we are now? Some grow from them, some wither from them. Be the one that grows. So on this day, I wanted to be the one that grows. What was really growing was a headache. Anyway. Okay, so husband at the doctor again. I don't know why. Not really sure. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Okay, so happy birthday to my big handsome, yes. And what better way to celebrate your birthday than to go to the hospital for yet another test. Yay! So he was in the hospital for another esophageal ultrasound. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's like a regular occurrence for that man. So he had to go do that. I had to go with him because he has to be put under, so I have to drive and all that. I had a full-blown migraine, and I had pulled my back. Poor me. It was my poor big handsome that was the one that was poor, not me. Anyway, I had received a sweet, a Happy Mail card from my friend. It was a pre-surgical EUS, so it was before some kind of test he was supposed to have, for pre-surgery, getting his gallbladder out. So that was the beautiful card my friend made. And then on the way home, my husband said, oh, you want to go to Tuesday morning? And I was like, Well, like, yeah, like I'm gonna turn that down. My husband asking me if I want to go to Tuesday morning. So at any rate, long story short, because you guys probably already heard it, I ended up finding this beautiful blanket yarn by Bernat, and I found like 9 or 10 skeins of it in these colors: gray, blue, and off-white. And these are the colors of my son's house. And this pattern is called Lark's Foot, and that's why or this is the pattern that I did for his blanket for his house. So I was so totally amazed because I usually can't find yarn at Tuesday morning, and it was only $1.99 a skein. Like, it was a steal, so I had to get it. It was just a meant to be moment because I had been wanting to do a blanket for my son, and it was just perfect timing. So anyhow, on this page here, these are more items I had gotten in, either in Happy Mail, I had been in my stash. This is a photocopy of the blanket I had started for my son, because I had actually, maybe not, maybe I hadn't taken the other yarn back. Remember, I was gonna make a blanket for my son out of this really pretty turquoise velvety yarn, and then it ended up, that yarn totally stunk for crocheting, in my opinion. So I was lucky to find this, and that's what I was going to make it out of. So this right here is another sweet little cutout from Debbie at Debbie's Journals. This I believe I got from my friend Sherry, along with maybe this, yeah. And this is from a magazine. So, and then I made this card. I just backed it with a piece of tissue paper. Yeah, I love this tissue paper too because I don't know where they get it from. I think this is from Debbie, but I don't know where they get it from, but I love it because it has like a waxy surface on it. So it just makes it not as delicate as like real tissue paper or a napkin. So I woke with my head and back still hurting. Yeah, there's my little headache girl. And so quick coffee time before Big Handsome and I went out to run errands. Yeah, so I returned the sucky yarn to Mike's, and then I picked up another gray skein of this yarn. Yep, and then we just ran errands and stuff. I started on my son's blanket while we were watching Criminal Minds. Oh gosh, yeah. And then I had to like frog almost everything that I had done because I thought that I had miscounted. Anyway, so I was working on that. I had a really hard time falling asleep this night and watched a lot of Gilmore Girls. And then on this day here, here's more stuff from Mantra Magazine, just a collage. And in the background, I used like the Michaels water-soluble crayons along with some collage. Yeah, and just, I didn't have much to say. So let's see. It talks about more painting at Sunshine's. My goodness. Beauty Queen prepared dinner this day before she went to church, so that was nice. And I worked in my room. Oh my gosh, this was like the migraine that never ended. Like, it migrated, it switched hemispheres. So I had it for several days. Yeah, it was bad. Then on this day here, see, I didn't have any notes. And what I did was I didn't have notes for either one of these days right here. So what I did was I took the main paper, which was this dyed composition book, and I just folded it in half and glued it together. And just, instead of having to decorate a whole page front and back, I just, it's almost like TN size. So this is a beautiful napkin from my sweet sister Karen, and just some quotes that I found in a magazine, probably Mantra Wellness. Again, Mantra Wellness, trying to work on daily affirmations. That's so important. And then this day here, I hope it's not too glary for you. No, not too glary. I was asking a lot of why. So yeah, still irritated about my husband. I mean, glad that, they found something, but irritated that it took so long. And then this here, this is like a card. It's actually a sympathy card, but I covered all the sympathy part up with let go of negative thoughts. And, but I happen to like the verse from Lamentations because I was lamenting for sure. And then this is like a card, a library card, I believe I got from Christy Biddleston, and I just turned it into a little pocket. And then this is actually a tag I made out of, a piece of drop paper. Yeah. And then on the back here, since I had so much to write about, I just decided to type it up and stick it on here. And then this, I did some stenciling with some archival ink, and I believe I got this stencil from Christy as well. So yeah, it's just a bunch of ranting about my husband having his gallbladder out, and he's been like misdiagnosed for years, and just how irritated I was, and I'm just really trying hard to trust in the Lord about it all. So that was that. That was that. Yeah. And then that goes like that. Okay. So this day here, this was just like a collage too. Like I took a piece of dyed paper, I crumpled it up, flattened it out, glued it on, and then rubbed my archival ink all over it. If you could see in the background there, it like catches all the wrinkles and stuff. Put some washi tape. This came in a Happy Mail as well, this little piece of note paper. And then this was also in one of my flow books, I believe. And so I just fussy cut it out and glued it in. I just thought it went nicely, you know, juxtaposed against the other layers and colors of the page anyway. So Big Handsome had an appointment with the dentist, and then he went to Sunshine's to check some measurements for the countertops. Yeah, because the countertops were getting made at my son's house. So Sunshine had an eye exam and finally ordered some new glasses. So that was good. He had blood work that day. Again, like at this point, he's getting it one day or every week, you know, once a week. So, and then, yeah, Big Handsome got home from his appointment. He was feeling a bit angry because he had talked to his mom. He wasn't upset with his mom. He was just upset at having to, like, rehash all of the whole gallbladder debacle, and it just made him irritated all over again. So, yeah, we're just really frustrated at this point. And then, if, you know, that wasn't enough, let's just throw a hurricane in while we're at it. So this is just wrapping from a piece of chocolate I gobbled up. And then so my husband and I were up and at 'em early. We had to go down to the Keys to shutter up the two houses down there, the hideaway and the bungalow. And we got that all done. And there was like hardly any gas, but there was gas down in the Keys. So we went ahead and filled up our gas cans for the generator down there. Picked up pizza on the way home. Yeah, got everything shuttered up and put away and all ready to go. And yeah, that was it. And then I did get to watch all of Brooks live that night. My sweet Big Handsome. He said, I thought you needed a break. So I won't say let, you know, but because usually Brooks on at my like family time, you know, but he was like, I know you need a break. Go have fun with your girlfriends. So this right here, last page of the month, this is a photocopy of a painting I did for a thank you card to send to a girlfriend of mine. This is actually a tag I found in my stash, and it was given to me by Carol Martine, and she has a YouTube channel I will link below. And yeah, it's just so beautiful. And then I put this little Mary Englebright on here. Yeah, take good care. Goodbye, August. Goodbye. I texted with my sweet sister, my sister-in-law, and I just love her so much. And poor Big Handsome, yeah, up at 1:45, he was in so much pain. He tried to relax before heading to Sunshine's. And then, yeah, I got up and spent time going down the computer rabbit hole. So then at this point, Dorian appeared to be making a turn northward. So that was great news for us, but not so much for Georgia and South Carolina. And yeah, so Big Handsome painted a little bit and then came home. I wasn't feeling all that great. Yeah, I was just feeling meh this day. So that's the end of August and the end of my book, done and dusted, ready for the shelf. Thank you. Yes, okay. So thank you so much for sharing your time with me. If you like what you see, you want to follow along in my journaling journey, then go ahead and click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get notified every time I put a video out. Yeah, so thank you so much for your time and sharing it with me, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day and a wonderful week, and I will chat at you all real soon. Bye.